Welcome to the mysterious world of Magic Island, a place where anything can happen. Lost to time, hidden by strange forces, and filled with secrets that stretch beyond the imagination. Our heroes have set sail into the unknown, where adventure, danger, and discovery await them at every turn. Each episode brings them closer to unlocking the island's mysteries, but with new challenges. Who knows what they will uncover next? Now sit back and close your eyes. Let the theater of the mind take you on a journey to Magic Island.
The journey back to Magic Island is proving much more difficult than the escape from the island. Just off the coast of Lower California, Old Mexico, the Gregory boat has run into one of the hurricanes so common to that locality, known as the Chubasco. The storm is so bad that the small boat is in great danger, which is increased when the motors stop and leave them helpless. Jerry radios to the girl commander of the Euclidean submarine, which is following them, and she picks up their anchor with a magnetic fin on the stern of the submarine. For several hours, the storm rages, then is gone as suddenly as it appeared. We find Captain Bradford and Mrs. Gregory standing at the wheel as the storm subsides.
Oh, Tex, that was the worst storm I've ever been through.
Certainly the worst I ever went through in a boat as small and helpless as this one.
Now that the wind has gone down, we're moving awfully fast. Do you think it's safe to be towed at this speed?
Might be a good idea to go a little slower. That girl certainly makes that submarine move along.
What are your chances of starting the engines?
Can't tell until I look at them and see how much damage Peterson did.
You're sure he did it?
How else did it happen?
Accident?
No chance. Those motors quit cold when they were running perfectly. That was no accident.
Where is Peterson now?
But we'll have to find out. We should go and stay with Joan in the radio room and send Jerry to me.
Well, can't I help you?
Nothing for you to do. I'll feel safer if you're in the cabin with Joan when we round Peterson up. And while you're in there, call the submarine commander. Explain our position to her. Tell her that this speed is too high in smooth water. She'll have to cut down to about 25 knots if she's going to lose us.
Very well, Tex. And you'll be careful, won't you?
Don't worry about me. Run along. There's Jerry coming out of the cabin now.
Well, I'll hurry in and stay with Joan.
Hello, Mrs. Gregory. Storm all over?
Well, it looks like it, Jerry. I'm going in with Joan, and the captain wants to see you right away.
Okay. Joan's listening to the radio. Morning, Skipper. That submarine's sure dragging us along.
Yeah, a little too fast, Jerry. I just told Mr. Gregory to radio that girl commander to cut her speed to 25 knots. She'll have us flying if this keeps up.
Did you try to start the motors?
Haven't had a chance to see what's wrong with them. Didn't dare leave this wheel while the storm was so high.
Oh, I'll take the wheel if you want to look at the engines now.
Good idea, kid. Take it over, and you'll have to handle it like a basket of eggs until we lose some of the speed.
How about the course?
You don't have to worry about that.
Oh, sure, I forgot. Submarine's towing us.
Yeah, when a boat like this makes 35 knots, you can be sure something's towing us. Well, I'll shove off and have a look at the engines, and, Jerry,
Yes, sir?
if the engineer shows up before I find him, tell him to come and see me. Understand that now. Don't enter into any conversation with him. Leave that to me.
Aye, aye, Skipper.
Hello there, young feller.
Huh? Oh, hey, say, where have you... Oh, never mind. Go see the captain.
Where is the captain?
Down in the engine room, trying to start the motors.
He's going to find that pretty hard job, you betcha. I try all night to start them engines.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. What stopped them in the first place?
How should I know?
Oh, maybe you shouldn't. You're just the engineer on this boat.
When a motor gets ready to quit, it quits. By Jiminy, what makes us go so fast?
Oh, you don't know, huh?
How should I know?
Yeah, I know. You're just the engineer on this boat. And I suppose you didn't know that there was a Euclidean submarine towing us ever since 2 o'clock this morning.
I wonder why the boat goes better without the motor.
Sure, and being an engineer, you figured it was all right if the boat got along swell without you. So you crawled into a lifeboat and went to sleep.
Yeah, that's a pretty good guess.
It's no guess. The lifeboat was the only place you could have been. Now, you better go down the engine room and see the captain.
I got to go see Mrs. Gregory
You're
first.
not going one step toward her cabin?
What was that you said?
You heard me. Don't you even start around that side of the boat. Now, you get in that engine room and start explaining to the captain.
Explaining what?
Plenty of things. But the captain will ask the questions. My business is steering this boat.
Then give your best attention to your business.
Hey, where'd that voice come from?
You will learn where a great many things come from if you attempt to prevent my reaching Mrs. Gregory's cabin.
So, Joan was right. You're Thales. the Euclidean electrical engineer.
Precisely. I am Thales, as well as the trusted and simple Swedish engineer on this boat.
Well, you won't be trusted anymore. Now, you going to start for that engine room, Peterson, or Thales, or whatever your name is?
I am going to Mrs. Gregory's cabin.
Oh, no, you're not. Just take one step, and I'll use this.
So, you have one of the small 60-second ray guns, eh?
You bet I have. And I know which end of it works, too.
You would be doing a very foolish thing to use that on me. G47 would not regard your act as particularly friendly to Euclidia.
Well, something tells me you're not going to be in any too good with G47 after he hears about this trip. We were supposed to be allowed to reach the Magic Island in safety, and you're sure not helping us along any.
I will be the judge of what G47 will think of this trip.
Well, in just about 5 seconds, you won't be the judge of anything. Let him have it, Jim. Good boy, Jimmy. You sure laid him out.
It is written, when frying pan hit head, head was in wrong place.
Well, you sure know what to do with a frying pan besides cooking it.
It is a poor skillet which will not serve two masters.
Well, I saw you sneaking up on him, but I was afraid you'd never make it before he turned around.
Jim Lowe do not care which way head is looking when flying pan falls. If he look too quick, I drop pan quick.
Well, you sure did a good job. Now run down the engine room and tell Captain Bradford to get up here quick.
Maybe more better let skillet fall on head one more time. Then this fellow boy will not wake up too soon.
Well, he won't wake up too soon. The way he hit that deck, I'll be surprised if he wakes up before we get to the island. Now, you run and get the captain. He'll know what to do from here on in.
You take fry pan. If he put head up, you put it down again.
Okay, Jim. Mighty good idea to have this in my hand at that.
I go now, get Captain Bradford. Remember, Jerry, if head come up, pan go down.
Don't worry, Jim. I'll drop it.
Well, Jerry, we've been waiting for you to call us to breakfast, and... Why, Jerry, what's this?
Oh, this is the frying pan from the galley.
Did you hit Peterson with it?
Not yet.
Well, what's happened?
Well, the Chinese cook let this pan fall on Peterson's head, and he pushed it a little bit as it fell.
Jim Lowe knocked the engineer unconscious with that frying pan?
He sure did, but that's only part of the story. Peterson's is Thales.
Are you sure, Jerry?
Oh, he got so mad when I couldn't let him come to your cabin that he forgot to talk like a Swede and sound just like G47.
Then the warning of that girl submarine commander was correct.
Well, I'll say it was. And I think this guy was coming to wreck our boat.
But if he'd done that, he would have gone down with the rest of us.
Well, I guess he figured on the submarine saving him. He didn't believe me when I told him he was in plenty bad with old G47.
There's no doubt about that. But, Jerry, where's Jim Lowe now and Captain Bradford?
Well, the captain went down to the engine room, and I sent Jim down there to get him. Here he comes now.
All right, Jim, you stay there until I get back. Coming right up, Jerry. Everything all right here?
Well, sure is. There's your engineer.
Tex, from what Jerry tells me, I gather that Jim Lowe is the hero of the hour.
Yes, he is, and he knows it, too. He had to explain to me just how he hit Peterson with it. And he said the sound of the frying pan on Pete's head was music to his ears, like the stroke of a big temple gong.
It did make a swell bong when he hit him.
And Peterson was really Thales.
Looks like it.
Well, what'll we do with him?
Only one thing to do that I can see, tie him up and set on him until we get to the island.
Well, I don't like the idea of having to watch that guy for days and days. He's too slick.
I think you're right, Jerry. It will be hard to keep as clever a man as that prisoner on this boat for long.
Say, wait a minute, I've got it. Jerry,
Yes, sir?
go in the radio room. You and Joe and raise the girl commander on the submarine that's towing us. Ask her what to do with this fellow. She'll know fast enough.
A good idea. She ought to be told about this anyway.
Yes, she's certainly entitled to the information. After all, it was her warning that allowed us to be prepared for this.
No doubt of it. Run along, Jerry. Have a talk with that girl in the sub. Then you and Joan come back here and we'll see about some breakfast.
Oh, can Jim cook it without his frying pan?
You can leave the pan here with us. Just now, Jim's looking for the lost pieces of the motors.
The lost pieces?
Yes, I'm afraid Pete, or rather Thales here, took some of the vital parts off the motors and threw them overboard.
Nice little fella he is. Well, here's your frying pan. And if Jim's still busy when we get back, Joan and I'll cook the breakfast.
Well, call that sub as quick as you can.
Aye, aye, sir.
Who is it?
Jerry, can I come in?
One moment until I unlock the door. Come in, Jerry.
Boy, have I got the news.
What is it?
Shut that door and let's get this radio set started.
The radio is ready to use now, Jerry. What is your news?
Well, you'll hear it if you listen when I tell it to the girl submarine commander.
Jerry, you have found Thales.
I'll say we have.
Where?
Lying on the deck.
You found him there?
No, I left him there.
How did he get there?
Jim Lowe put him there with a frying pan.
A frying pan?
Yes, sir, a frying pan. Now, keep quiet. Let me call this girl submarine on the commander on the
But,
sub.
Jerry, are you sure
I
that
said keep quiet and let me use this radio. Captain Bradford's orders, and he said to hurry it up.
Very well.
Calling Commander S1. Jerry Hall on Gregory boat to Commander S1. Hello, submarine. Gregory boat to Euclidean submarine. Hello, Commander.
Commander S1
Hello.
to Jerry Hall. You may proceed, Hall. Proceed with your message.
First thing is, will you please slow down to 25 knots? We can't stay in the water much longer at this speed. We'll be up in the clouds.
Will curtail speed to accommodate proper towing of your craft in smooth water. Proceed with balance of message.
We found Thales.
Proceed with your message.
Well, gee whiz. Aren't you surprised? I said we found Thales. Thales.
I understood you. Proceed with your message.
Oh, golly whiskers. You might get excited about it.
It is what I warned you to expect. You are wasting time, Hall. Proceed.
Hurry up, Jerry.
Okay. Well, we found out that our engineer, a fellow Mrs. Gregory and Captain Bradford have known for years, was really Thales. He sure sounded Swedish enough until he got mad at me. Then he sounded like old G-47. Our Chinese cook knocked him out with a frying pan, and we want to know what to do with him.
He will be returned to Euclidia as a prisoner. G-47 will deal with him.
Yeah, we figured that, but we're not sure we can hold him that long. There's nothing on board this boat that was made to keep a guy like that prisoner.
I will accept the responsibility of his delivery to G-47. Prepare your landing stage on the starboard side. I will rise to the surface and take the prisoner aboard the submarine. You will arrange to deliver him to me at once. That is all.
Okay, Commander. We'll have him ready.
I am so glad we will not have him aboard this boat.
So am I. There goes the Magnus. She's dropped her anchor chain, and in about a minute the nose of her sub will be sticking up out of the water. Come on, Joan. We've got to get ready to turn Thales over to her.
And so, another chapter closes on Magic Island. Our explorers have faced mysteries, dangers, and thrills. Yet, the island still holds its secrets close. What lies ahead? New allies? Or unexpected foes? Make sure you join us tomorrow to find out what awaits on Magic Island, where the adventure never ends. Right here on Golden Age Radio, rumble.com/C/GAR. If you're too impatient to watch all 130 episodes, one per day, there's a link in the description so you can watch all the videos you want all together.